So I want to start by having a heart-to-heart with all of you. Exercise sucks. And I'm sure most of you would agree that getting fit can be a pretty tedious task. Running on treadmills for hours can be mind-numbing, strapping into exercise machines, lifting weights over and over, day in, day out, all in the name of achieving some unrealistic goal of standard of beauty that was set by the media. So fitness can be absurd when you're approaching it like that, especially when you're forced to do the same simple, repetitive movements that can be so physically unenjoyable that all you want to do is zone out and stop paying attention. You lose the opportunity to find joy in what you're doing. And to me, that's what's absurd. Because the human body was designed to move, and it was designed to enjoy movement. Our ancestors, they ran through trees, they swung on branches, they climbed rocks, and they played games. Movement was a defining part of life, and yet we've managed to redefine it as a chore. Nothing more important or enjoyable than doing the dishes or taking out the trash. So I'm here today to maybe give you a way to think differently about exercise and to give you an alternative to expensive gyms, fancy equipment, and the ultra-competitive team sports that dominate culture today. I'm here to give you a tool that will turn the hard work of exercise into play. And that tool is parkour. Cue video. Okay. Parkour is a discipline of overcoming obstacles. It includes crawling, balancing, jumping, swinging, and vaulting. But beyond the techniques, parkour, again, is the discipline of overcoming obstacles. Not just the physical, but the mental as well. It's a place where you can be both creative and critical. You learn the difference between good risk and bad while learning to deal with uncertainty in your life. Furthermore, you begin to understand who you are, what you're really capable of, and where your limitations lie. And plus, it can be a lot of fun. But we're going to back up for a second and answer that question, how can parkour, or running, jumping, swinging, vaulting, really teach you all these things? So we can begin learning parkour. Cue video again. We can begin learning parkour in its safest form, close to the ground, focusing only on control, discipline, and safety. But with time, as our movement improves, we can move to more complex movements that force you to be more physically disciplined, or you can find challenges that are more mentally difficult, that force you to face your fears and, again, trust who you are and what you're doing. After time, again, you begin to upgrade to more dynamic actions, which allow you to play with efficiency. How fast can you get through this obstacle, and how quickly can you problem solve and resolve that path? Or you focus on fluidity, being creative and innovative with your body. You can even just opt to have a little bit of fun and play a lot of different games, focusing less on the technique and more on just enjoying movement. You need only to try your hardest, because in parkour, we celebrate effort and not achievement. There are no rules, there are no standards for success except for those that you set for yourself. There are no gold medals to win, and there are no judges. So it does not matter if you cannot jump the farthest and you cannot balance. If you can't get up and over your second try or your third, you may even fall. But you'll learn to get back up and to try again. Because it's not about being better than everyone else, it's about being better than yourself. And therein lies the first and the most important thing you're going to ever need to know about parkour, and that there is no barrier of entry. There's no such thing as being too old or being too weak. There's no such thing as not having enough time or not being good enough. But I don't expect any of you to believe me just yet. It's hard to kind of take it out of nowhere that fitness could be fun. As Buckminster Fuller once said, if you want to teach someone a new way of thinking, don't bother teaching them. Instead, give them the tool, the use of which will lead them to new ways of thinking. So after a short demonstration by members of our community, I'd like to invite each and every one of you to come out and try a little bit of parkour, and perhaps pick up that tool that will help you see fitness and yourself in a new way. Thank you.